at you.
That is so nice, and I'm such a bitch in this movie.
Yeah. They don't care about that. It's the body of your work. That's what they're applauding.
Thank you.
I'm applauding the body of your work.
Well, I didn't make an effort. Thank you.
Did just fine.
Thank you.
I'm in a lot of medication right now, but don't...
I think we like you best that way.
Oh, really? I don't know. I'm sorry I didn't, kind of snuggle up a bit more when you came out, but I don't want to... Yeah, all right. Have you had your flu shot this year?
No, I never have a flu shot.
Why not? Wait, shut up, hippie. Why do you not have a flu shot?
That was such an extreme reaction.
I know, to a flu shot, like, yeah, good, take that, Al-Qaeda. What are you doing?
No, I was talking about you.
Oh, sorry.
Do you work for the pharmaceuticals or something?
Yeah, sure. I'm on CBS. Come on.
Right, sorry.
Yeah.
I don't know. I figure the batch that they made from the last year's flu probably doesn't even match this year's flu, and I just try to stay healthy.
Yeah, so do I, but I missed the boat this year for some reason.
You have to stop living so large.
Oh, yeah, of course. Look.
You have to start thinking about your immune system first during flu season.
All right.
Lots of green vegetables. Do you smoke?
No, I don't, actually. Not anymore. I stopped about 10 years ago. Did you ever smoke?
Congratulations. I do periodically in films and things like that.
Do you ever make a film so you can have a cigarette?
If I go to a bar, I get bored, and so sometimes I smoke in a bar.
But did you ever say...
I don't smoke.
Did you ever say, I'll make this film because the character smoked so I can smoke in the film?
I made this film because I was an alcoholic who, was getting to say all those things you never get to say, really. And I'm kind of the guy in this movie.
I did a bit of that myself. What is the movie about then? Tell me about this story.
The movie's about Doris Duke, who was a real person, but we kind of imagined some of her conversations with her butler. She left everything to her butler.
Did they have an affair?
Well, he was gay, so it was probably a little unorthodox if they did. But funny foot needs a funny shoe kind of romance. And
yeah, all right.
And I just
was he a clown or something? He retired from the clown business.
I think he would be anything she wanted him to be.
Really?
I think you'll have to see. He ends up in her clothes, actually.
Really?
Yeah, and that was true. We didn't make that up. I just think it's so brave of anybody that tries to be intimate with another person, sex aside, whatever. And it's a very tough thing.
Intimacy requires bravery.
And so anybody that reaches out, no matter what the gender, the age, whatever, and says, I'm going to be vulnerable to this person, I just think is a great story, and that's the kind of movies I'm interested in.
How do you achieve intimacy, then? If you're going to say it requires bravery to achieve intimacy. I don't mean in a sexy, kind of naughty way, although I do a little bit, but not all of it.
I think it's hard work and it's courageous. I think that there's a lot of baggage that you have, but finally, at the end of the day, it's the only thing that really counts is if you've loved someone and someone's loved you, and it doesn't really matter if you have sex or not. Sometimes that makes it more complicated. I know this is hard for you to...
Yeah. It's just the medication. I'm getting something intimacy, boobies, intimacy. I'm sorry. I'm just the way I am tonight. I'm really sorry.
Well, I think...
honestly, you know what? I'm not making...
You're a guy.
I know.
That's what guys are,
Yeah, but I'm not making light of what you say. I don't want to be unfair. I don't want to be unfair, but I don't want to make light of what you're saying. Intimacy requires bravery, which I think is an interesting thought. Doesn't it also require vulnerability?
It takes bravery to be vulnerable.
Does it? Yeah, I suppose it does. But don't you get annoyed at people...
Don't you want to always try to protect yourself? You don't want to get hurt. You don't want to have your heart broken. You don't want people to know the things you hate about yourself. Oh, my God, I'm going to get so emotional. No, I'm kidding. But I think that's part of it, is you don't want to feel vulnerable. You don't want to take the chance that this person could hurt you. Have you been in relationships?
Many.
Because it seems like it's all new to you. I'm just wondering.
It kind of is.
You should watch this show.
I will watch it because I'm interested in the...
You actually should have watched it before I came
I did see it. I'm trying to help the audience who haven't seen it.
Okay, yeah. All right, so...
It's very good.
Thank you.
You're very good in it. You do the drunky person, and then you get to know each other later. And what I think is interesting that she left all her... I don't want to give away the end of the movie, but she left all her money to him.
Well, that's kind of public knowledge.
Right.
That part of it. The part that's... It's not really a documentary because there's a lot of things that we couldn't talk about. First of all, because it's not only 2 hours, and secondly of all, we didn't want to get sued. So there are people that come in and out that we really couldn't deal with. So it's really just this love story, this odd little love story set, and this with these. She's funny, right? I'm funny.
Yes, you're very funny.
I'm funny.
Yeah.
And Rafe is really amazing.
He's a very interesting actor, I think. You see him doing lots of very different things. I've seen him doing romantic comedies, and then he was in that very scary serial killer thing that he did. What was that?
Yeah, I don't know.
It was very good.
But he did Voldemort. I mean, that's about as scary as you can get. He took his nose off for that.
For real?
No.
All right. I know, but that would be really exciting. I took my nose off for the part. Where's my Oscar?
That would make a fabulous junket, though. You could talk about taking your nose off. That would get you through those 4 days of talking about.
Do you hate doing the junkets?
I try when I'm choosing a film. I think, could I talk about this in a junket for 4 days? And if I can't, then I don't do it.
Is that really?
Seriously.
That's really it.
And can I explain to my kids why I'm doing this? Why they're packing their bags yet again? Yes. And if I can, then I do it.
Do you take the whole family with you when you go and shoot a movie?
Yeah, but they're so big now. You know, when they were little, I just didn't work during the school year. Now that they're bigger, they're like so happy if I leave. They're like, yeah.
We're having a party. What about the... Didn't you go to Africa recently? What was that? I was reading about that.
Well, a couple of summers ago, when Tim was doing something in South Africa, I took the kids on safari, which was pretty funny because you're all stuck in a Jeep. You know, at that time, I guess they were like 20 and, I don't know, 4 years younger. What's that? 16 and then 13.
Right.
And you can't get out, or something eats you. So you're in this. That's the rule.
So you were with a 20-year-old and 2 teenagers.
Us, the three of us. Tim was working, and we were gallivanting around, staying in tents.
Did you see any dangerous animals?
We saw every single animal you could. And my kids, you know, they watch so many of these nature specials. It's like, oh, look, the lion just took down the gazelle. Okay, what's next? You know, it's like. Oh yeah, the leopard is there. Oh, that's cool. So what are we going now? You know,
do you think kids get jaded if they have such a kind of? I mean, because this is an exciting childhood for someone. Do you worry your kids will grow up kind of bored?
No, they're full of life and spunk and really funny, and they have a very large view of the world. I think every kid in America should be forced to travel to another country, because you kind of, not only do you get a sense of where you are in the bigger picture, but you get a sense of the fact that if you're making decisions about foreign policy in your country, it definitely affects other countries. And we don't really understand that. I mean, 9/11 brought that a little bit. People were like, why, what happened, you know? And then you had to start paying attention to what had gone down 10 years before.
Yeah.
But I think it's great that they see all kinds of people, and they just had seen a lot of those animal specials, you know, and so they were like, oh, yeah, I realize that. They liked the night vision goggles, and they were, you know.
I have them, but only because Brad Pitt's house is across the thing from me. He's gorgeous. We're out of time. Listen, it is a fabulous movie, and I have seen it. And the lovely Susan Sarandon. We'll be right back, everybody.